All right, well, welcome to Yoga Nidra for clear perception. Glad everybody's here. Hope everybody has a safe and happy 4th of July. What did I say? We have one more person joining us. Okay. All right. So, hey, just something I want to mention about this Yoga Nidra template. So, when we are when we finish the 31 points, we're going to be connecting from the midbrain to the heart and going through different points on the body. So just try to imagine like an imaginary line from like the right cheek to the heart, the right side body to the heart. Just try to imagine that. And then after that, we're going to start walking backwards in time. We've done this before, and this helps us build memory when we start to think, okay, what was I doing 30 minutes before I came to my practice? What was I doing? What was I thinking? What was I feeling? And then once all that is registered, hey Lola, then you go back 30 minutes prior and you keep on doing that until the moment before you woke up in the morning. Hi Jan. And again, this is just a memory exercise for cognition and just having us be more aware of what we're doing in our daily life. Because if we're not aware of how we're moving through the world, sometimes we don't even can't recall what we had for lunch. So, or what you did, or where what time was I there? So it just helps us to remember to kind of stop and smell the roses and not be so rushed as we move through life, even in the mundane things like, doing laundry or washing clothes or going to the grocery store, being aware of our surroundings and what we're doing. So that's really what that practice is all about. So with that said, I thought we would go ahead and get started. And I'm just going to stay right here for a moment because I think some more people might be coming in and joining us. So wherever you are at, just sit up really tall in your chair and feel as though your sit bones are resting firmly on whatever you're sitting on, and your feet are hip distance apart, and the inner edges of your feet are in alignment. And press your feet into the floor so you feel totally grounded. Feet are pressed in the floor. You can feel your sit bones on the chair or whatever you're sitting on, and feel as though your crown of your head is being lifted as by a string. So you're sitting up nice and tall, and the crown of your head is over the base of your spine. Good. So just sitting up nice and tall, just becoming aware of your breath here. Becoming aware of the coolness of the breath as you inhale and the warmth of your breath as you exhale. And let's just do a little pre-assessment here. So just take a moment and check in with the mind. Check in with the mind and just notice if it is like a monkey in the tree or leaves in the wind, kind of jumping from one thought to another, or if it's moving just a little bit slower and there's space between the thoughts. You're not judging, you're just kind of checking in to see what's going on here. Okay, good. And now let's go ahead and keeping our posture in mind, let's go ahead and tilt our right ear to our right shoulder. And then we'll bring our right hand to the side of our head, and we're going to stretch the left arm out. So really stretch that arm out like your fingertips are trying to reach the wall. And just notice that stretch all in the side of the neck. Even breathing, abdominal breath. Be sure you're breathing through the abdomen. And then inhale, bring your neck back to center. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So we'll drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Bring your left hand on the side of your head, gently bring it down, and then stretch the right arm out. Like your fingertips are trying to touch the wall of the floor. And feel that nice stretch in the muscles in your neck. Breathing in and out through the nose, that diaphragmatic belly breath. As you inhale, the belly expands, and as you exhale, the belly moves towards the back body. Really squeezing out all of that breath. Good. And then go ahead and release, come back to center. And now we'll just tilt our right ear to our right shoulder. And we're just going to make some rotations with the neck. I'll call this 2, 3, 4, 5, and now opposite direction for 1, 2, hey Martha, 3, hey Gail, 4, and 5, hey Natam. Come back to center and drop the left ear to the left shoulder and start again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then opposite direction for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Go ahead and bring the head back to center and open up your arms in a T formation with your palms up. And now bring the fingertips towards the shoulders and just have your arms coming straight out. And we're going to start to make circles with our elbows. So I'll call that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. You're just notice if there's any clicking in the shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And now bring your shoulders up, behind you, down your back, forward, up, behind you, down your back, and just move like this. I'll call that 3, 4, and 5. And now we'll go the opposite direction. So bring the shoulders up, forward, down, and back. Up, forward, down, and back. We'll call this 3, 4, and 5. Good. And then wherever you're at, just go ahead, take your hands maybe on the side of the chair or behind you, and just lift the chest and come into just a little baby back bend here. Just lifting the chest. You don't have to throw your head back, but just a little baby back bend. Good. And then just go ahead and release that. We're going to bring the palms of our hands together here. Interlace your fingers. Push the palms up. Really open up those palms, stretching out the fingers. And then if it feels okay on your shoulders, you can go ahead, raise your arms up, and then come down into cactus. Fingers are open, nice and wide. Bring the elbows next to the body. And on your next inhalation, again, a little baby back bend. And then exhale, palms come together. Interlace the fingers. Push away. Inhaling up. Releasing, coming down, fingers are open nice and wide. On next inhalation, a little baby back bend. And then exhale, palms together one more time. Pushing the fingers out, palms out, inhaling up. Releasing, coming down, elbows next to the side body. Inhale, baby back bend. And exhale, palms together. Good. And now keeping the hands right out in front, like you're saying stop. Fingers are opened up wide. Go ahead and exhale, point the fingers down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Good. And then go ahead and from here make a like a claw. And now you're going to open and close. Open and close. Open, close. Open, close. Open, close. Open and close. Good. And shake that out. So now we're just working on some dexterity in our fingers and our wrists. So bring your hands up, thumbs on the outside, and you're just going to knock on the door. Just like you're knocking on the door. Knock, knock, who's there? Good. And then just shake that out. And now this next one we're going to do is kind of tricky. So you're going to bring all of your fingers together. So you're kind of looking at them, making a little temple here. And now you're going to keep your little fingers and your thumbs pressed together. And now you're going to separate these three fingers and just see if you can open and close them. But keep the thumb and the pinkies touching. It's kind of tricky when you first start doing that. Just try it, see how that works. Take some practice. Good. And then just shake that out. And now, let's see here, we're going to bring our thumb and our pointer together, thumb and our middle finger, thumb and the ring finger, thumb and the pinky finger. Now we'll go backwards. Pinky, ring, middle, index, index, middle, ring, pinky, pinky, ring, middle, index. Do that again. Just keep going, lightly touching. Good. One more round. When we get to the pinky, go back. Good. And then shake that out. Okay, so next you can either stay seated or you can come to standing. Just gonna step back over here. Good. And then from here, just be sure both of your feet are pressing firmly in the ground. Your feet are about 2 fists apart. Inner edges of your feet in alignment. And take your shoulder blades behind you and down your back. And just go ahead and begin to swing your arms here. Just swing the arms. Just notice your range of motion. Notice how it feels in the shoulder joint. If it doesn't feel that good swinging really high, then just stay maybe right down here. And remember, if it doesn't feel good at all, don't do it. And now you're going to put a bend into your elbows. And you're just becoming aware of how this feels. How does it feel in the shoulders? How does it feel in the elbows? Good. Now we're going to slow this down and we're going to start to cross our arms. So you're going to open up the arms in a T and bring the left arm over the right, and then just start to alternate. You can move at whatever speed feels good for you. And just notice how this feels in the shoulders, how it feels in the upper back and the chest. Good. And then go ahead and shake that out a little bit. And now we're going to do a little twist. So open up your feet a little wider than your hips. We're going to do empty raincoat sleeves. So you're going to start to twist and you're going to come up on the ball of your foot, waking up all those ligaments in your feet. And the arms are just going to swing just like you have a raincoat on, and it's just the sleeves. So you're tapping too. One hand is tapping the hip and the other hand is tapping the buttock. Your head can move with your spine, or if you like, you can just keep looking straight ahead. Good. And then just slow that down. And anytime you start to feel dizzy, if you were standing and you're like, oh, you feel a little dizzy, what a teacher probably 20 years ago told me was cross your arms over your chest and look down at your chest. And that always seems to take the dizziness away. So now we're gonna just work on opening up the hip flexors. So I'm gonna show a modified version in the chair first. So if you're in the chair, what you can do sitting in your chair, having maybe a leg crossed or just bringing it up, is just start to make circles like this. Okay. And if you're standing, we've done this one before. I'm gonna weight my left foot, just bring my nose over my middle toe, lift the opposite knee, and then just start to make like 8 rotations. I'm going to go clockwise and counterclockwise, so I'll call that 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then the opposite direction from 1, for 2, for 3, for 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Put that foot down, kind of shake that out a little bit. So if you're seated, you're gonna go to the other side. If you're standing, you'll do the same thing. So I'm shifting my weight over to that opposite foot, aligning my nose with the middle toe. For the center of kind of little balance, center of gravity, I'm gonna inhale, lift that knee, and start to do rotation. So I'll call that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Go the opposite direction for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Kind of shake that out a little bit. Might want to just do a few little rotations. If you're seated, you can do this as well. If you're standing, go 8 times in one direction and then 8 times in the other. And if you're seated, you can just go around like this. Feel it moving from one sit bone to the other. And after you go 8 times in one direction, you're just going to turn and go the opposite way. Good. And now lastly, we're just going to do a really easy twist seated. So just go ahead, and you might want to scoot a little forward on your chair. Feet are hip distance apart. And we're going to start twisting to our right side. So I'm going to put I'm putting my right hand behind me. I'm trying to mirror you. I'm going to inhale and get really tall. And then I'm gonna have my left hand on my right knee. Take an inhale and then exhale, twist. So I'm twisting from the navel center and then the middle of the spine, and my neck is the last thing to twist. And every time I inhale, I'm gonna sense or feel or imagine I'm expanding through the crown of my head. And with the exhalation, I'm gonna twist just a little bit more, even if it's only a centimeter. So it's very active. Inhaling, I'm expanding through the crown of my head. Exhale, I'm twisting just a little bit more. So we're just kind of wringing out all the blood and the liquid in our organs. And then when we untwist, we bring in all that fresh blood. So on your next inhalation, go ahead and start to unwind, starting from the neck, the middle of the spine, and the lower spine. And when you come back to the center, go ahead, put your hands on your belly and just take a nice big diaphragmatic belly breath just to release the diaphragm. Let's take a couple breaths there. And then I'm going to bring my left hand behind me, put my right hand on my left knee. Inhale, get tall, and then exhale, twist. Again, starting. There we go. Every time I inhale, I'm going to get taller, and every time I exhale, I'm going to twist just a little bit more. Next inhalation, I'll begin to unwind from the neck to the middle, finally to the belly, and then I'll take a couple of diaphragmatic belly breaths. So it's just like if you're squeezing water out of a dish rag, and then you release it, all that fresh blood flow comes into those organs. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll start our pranayama practice. So again, sitting up nice and tall. Connecting with the breath. And we're going to start by taking 3 ujjayi breaths, breathing from the base of our throat, just like we're sipping the breath through a straw. And now we'll take 5 piercing the moon breaths, Chandra Vedana, where we always inhale through the left nostril and exhale through the right nostril. So remember, everybody's, cadence is going to be a little different. I'm just here to guide you. So gently close the right nostril, inhale through the left. Close the left, exhale right. When you're ready, close the right, inhale left. Close the left, exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. And then take 3 Ujjayi breaths, breathing from the base of the throat, slight constriction of the throat, like you're sipping the breath through a straw. And next we'll take 5 piercing the sun breaths, Surya Bedna, where we always inhale through the right nostril and exhale through the left nostril. Again, I'm just a guide, trust your own breath. So close the left nostril, inhale right. Close right, exhale left. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale right. And exhale left. And we'll finish with 3 Ujjayi breaths, breathing from the base of the throat. You can just rest your hands on the top of your thighs and let's just check in with our breath like we did in the beginning. So just notice, is the mind racing like the wind, like leaves in the wind, or is it moving just a little bit slower now that you've done your pranayama? Is there a little bit more space between the thoughts? Check in with the breath. Is it a continuous flow of inhale and exhale, or are there any gaps or pauses between the breath? Notice the cadence of your breath. Is the inhalation a little longer than the exhalation? Or is the breath even? Is there any sound to your breathing? Any gurgling or wheezing? Or is it silent? And now notice if the breath is choppy, a little bumpy or rough, or if it's smooth. And again, you're just observing, non-judgment. And I know a couple of you came in after I was talking about the practice, this practice on clear perception. So we'll come to a part of the practice where we move backwards in time. And this is our opportunity to work on cognition and memory. and really, really awareness, just being aware of what we did through the day, what we were doing, what we were thinking, what we were feeling from that non-reactive place. Just so we can remember to take time and smell the roses when we're out in the real world, taking just being more appreciative instead of rushing through the day, really being aware of what we're doing and what we're thinking and what we're feeling. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give everybody some time to go find your place for Yoga Nidra. Remember, you may want to dim the lights or have a light piece of material to put over your eyes. And I was going to say maybe a blanket because you'll get cold, but I think everywhere we're all like in 90-degree weather. So it's pretty, I think we're pretty warm. So just get comfortable. Be sure your neck and your head are totally supported. And remember to have the intention to remain awake during the practice. The mind and body will sleep, but awareness is going to remain aware. And if you feel like you might fall asleep, remember you can bend one forearm. So if you start to drift off to sleep, the movement of your arm will wake you up and bring you back into awareness. So just settle onto your back or your chair, wherever you're at, and get comfortable. Allow the body to open. Separate your feet a little wider than your hips. Your arms by your side, preferably palms up, and take your shoulder blades down your back. And again, just be sure your head and your neck are comfortable, and you can either dim the lights, close the shades, or maybe have a light piece of material to place over your eyes. And now begins the practice of Yoga Nidra for clear perception. So just be aware of the body resting in the space that you're in. Please set the intention to remain awake during the practice, but invite the mind and the body to sleep. The part of you that endures will remain aware. Now, please guide yourself through 2 minutes of diaphragmatic belly breathing. As you inhale, the abdomen expands, and as you exhale, the abdomen softens, and the belly button moves back towards the back body. And try your best to emphasize this continuous flow of the breath with no pausing and no stopping, no breaks in the breath, just a continuous flow of diaphragmatic abdominal breathing. And as you shape your breath, you're shaping the mind to rest in equilibrium. Now, please allow the breath to return to that involuntary flow. no longer shaping the breath. The breath becomes effortless, and become aware of the unique qualities of your inhalation and your exhalation. Inhale is repair and healing, and exhaling is releasing and letting go. Now experience that you are not the breather. You are spacious awareness, aware of the breath. And to move even deeper in this practice, have the intention to remember that you are not the doer. You rest in effortless awareness of being and non-doing. Now we're going to practice 31 points. So just listen to my words and allow them to wash over you. Bring your awareness to the midbrain, the space between the eyebrows, deep in the forehead, deep in the midbrain, and relax and sense the concentration of presence, of healing or light. You relax and the presence reveals itself. Bring your awareness to the throat center. Same thing. Healing presence or light. Awareness moves to the right shoulder joint. Healing presence or light. Right elbow joint. Relax and sense the healing presence or healing light. Center of the right wrist. Healing presence or light. Tip of the right thumb. Tip of the right pointer finger. Tip of the right middle finger. Tip of the right ring finger. Tip of the right pinky finger. Awareness returns to the center of the right wrist. Be aware of the joint and completely relax. Right elbow joint. Healing presence or light. Right shoulder joint. Throat center. Presence, ease. Awareness moves to the left shoulder joint. Healing presence or light. Left elbow joint. See, feel what unfolds when you completely relax. Center of the left wrist. Healing presence or light. Tip of the left thumb. Tip of the left pointer finger. Tip of the left middle finger. Tip of the left ring finger. Tip of the left pinky finger. Awareness returns to the center of the left wrist. Left elbow joint. Be aware of the joint and completely relax. Left shoulder joint. Presence. Ease. Throat center. Presence of healing or light. Heart center, deep beneath the breastbone. Healing presence or light. Center of the left chest or breast. Heart center. Center of the right chest or breast. Heart center. Now sense the body as space. Imagine you are lying on your back on a warm beach at night and looking up at the sky and marveling at all the stars in the sky. And the body is as vast and expansive as that night sky. Relax and see those points come to life as a constellation of stars from the midbrain to the tips of the fingers. And relax. And in this body space, become aware of the heart center between the spine and the breastbone. See and feel a presence. And at the same time, feel the presence in the midbrain. Relax. The presence is there. Just be effortless. Now see or feel a path that links the heart and the midbrain. Be aware of the current between the midbrain and the heart. Be aware of the current of the right side of your forehead and the heart. Feel a presence, a line or a path that bridges the two. See a line from the right cheek and the heart, and sense the link, life force that flows effortlessly between the cheek and the heart. The right side body and the heart. Presence. A silent current that links the two. Right thigh and heart. Relax. Awareness of a connection and a subtle force. Right ankle and heart. Left ankle and heart, and the subtle connection that links the two. Left thigh and heart. Subtle connection that links the two. Left side body and the heart. Left cheek and the heart. Left side of the temple and the heart. Deep in the midbrain, connected to the heart. Be mindful of resting in the heart. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. And with every exhalation, you let go of thoughts and desires. And as if your nostrils were abiding in the breastbone, the breath moves in and out of the heart. Vital force is received at the heart each time you breathe in. Content like thought, belief, and memory is expelled with every exhalation. Be alert to pause between your breaths as you continue to abide in the heart center. Resting in the heart, complete effortlessness, link to the breath, and letting go. Please bring your awareness back to the body and take a moment to return to a sense of time and location. The presence of being completely at ease and fully aware, and at the same time conscious of the body. Sense yourself being conscious of the body in this time and space. Sense yourself being conscious of the body in this time and in this space. Now we're going to walk backwards in time. Please go back to what you were doing 30 minutes ago, right before you came to class, and reflect on what were you doing, what were you thinking, and what were you feeling. And see this from the unique circumstance, from the seat of non-reactivity. And then once this is registered, go back 30 minutes early. What was I doing? What was I thinking? And what was I feeling? And do the same technique. Completely from that non-reactive place of the witness. Once it's registered, go back 30 minutes earlier and continue. Continue this way to move backward through your day. Do your very best to remain completely undisturbed and non-reactive. Continue to go back to the moment right before you woke up today. Wherever you are now, be aware of yourself sleeping right before waking up this morning. Be aware of yourself sleeping right before waking up this morning. Be aware of yourself dreaming at some point during the night, and recall the dreams you were experiencing, but now from the vantage point of the witness. Return to the deep hours of sleep and return to recall yourself sleeping. And finally, remember being awake in the transitional phase before falling asleep. And note the presence of awareness. Now come back, please, to sense the breath in your heart. As you breathe, the air goes directly into the heart center. And as you exhale, it moves out. Throat center, same way. Brain center, right through the point between the eyebrows. And feel this reactivating and preparing you to end your practice and move back into life. Please begin to bring subtle movements into your toes and your feet, and your fingers and your hands. Move your head from side to side. And when you're ready, rub the palms of your hands together, creating some heat and placing the palms over your eyes. And when you feel ready, open your eyes into your hands and move back into life. The practice of Yoga Nidra for clear perception is complete.
Thank you, Dawn.